Alright, so in this video I'm going to be doing a taste test. I love taste tests, so today I'm going to be taste testing the vegan Christmas kit from Butler and Whites. So as you can see here, it has some good looking food, and I'm very excited to dig in and try this food with you guys. So it's kind of like a taste test, a review, and kind of like a slash and mukbang kind of thing. So let's get straight to it. So I am going to be trying the vegan Christmas dinner kit from Butler and Whites. This actually is the day after Christmas dinner because I had some issues with the delivery time. It was supposed to arrive on Christmas Day before noon, but it did not arrive yesterday. It arrived today after I came back home. And so it's a day late, but I'm still excited to try all of the food. And another plus is that the proceeds from this kit go to animal rescue. So that's another reason why I wanted to try this food. So I am going to eat this and kind of give you a review of what I think and what's here. So first we have if you can see, there's a nut roast or a nut loaf, chicken tenders, but they look more like onion rings to me, but they're chicken, vegan, let me just clarify it, it's vegan, and then there's roasted potatoes, cauliflower and broccoli with vegan cheese, peas and carrots here, and then maple glazed vegetables, but maybe I'll taste the maple, but I don't see any, it doesn't look maple glazed to me. So we'll see if it actually has the maple on it. And then a fruit pie. I've actually never had a fruit minced pie before, so that'd be really interesting. And then they also gave us aioli sauce to put on the chicken tenders. I've actually never had aioli sauce before, so it'll be interesting to try. And then I think this is onion and sage, I think, gravy. So we'll try that as well. So first I want to try the sauces, see what the sauces are like, see if I actually want to use them. Kind of tastes like a mayonnaise, kind of. Almost like a mayonnaise, but close to a ranch, but I don't know. I've actually never had aioli sauce, so I'm not actually sure what it is, but it's fine. I'll eat it. I like it. And let's taste the gravy. It's not bad. It tastes more like an onion soup though, but I like it. I'll use it. Okay, so now that we tried the aioli sauce, we're going to try it with the chicken tenders. I'm just going to dip it in. Not bad, but also let me try the chicken tenders without any sauce, so. Not bad. I think some of my things were a little bit cold because I didn't cook them long enough, or maybe because some of these were sitting out, they cooled a little bit too much while I was cooking other things, because in China we don't have the full-size oven, so I have a toaster oven, so it's really small, so I have to cook these separately. I can't cook them all at the same time, so it's a little cold, but that's on my end. And my dog wants some of the food apparently, but no, not for you. I'm sorry. No. No, I can give you your treat, you know. You can have your peanut butter cookie, yeah? Sit. Good girl. There you go. Now, Mommy, do a taste test. All right, good. All right, so now let's try the potatoes. The flavor is really good. And again, it's a little bit cold, but that's probably my fault. And maybe I should have left it in just slightly longer just to crisp it up more. I see some of the edges are kind of crisp, but it's still kind of soft, which is fine. I like them soft too, but I wanted a little bit, like the skin to be a little bit crispier. That's how I like my potatoes, but it's still good. Okay, let's try some cauliflower with vegan cheese. Cauliflower and broccoli, sorry. And I really love, like, broccoli and cauliflower are one of my favorite vegetables. So I really love, like, broccoli and cauliflower. Very good. And again, okay guys, I don't know what went wrong, but it's not hot like I'd want it, but I think it's just the logistics. It's hard to keep all of this warm at the same time, so it's like once I took them out of the aluminum foil, they cooled off pretty fast, I think. But it's good. It's good. Now let's try some of the peas and carrots. Yeah, peas and carrots. Just simple peas and carrots, so can't go wrong there. That's good. Now the maple roasted vegetables. I see carrots, onions, bell peppers. Let's see. Let me get all the vegetables in there. Get an onion, bell pepper, carrot. Okay. They're definitely roasted, but it said it was maple. It doesn't taste sweet. I don't taste like the sweet maple flavor that it's supposed to have. So I mean, it's good, but I hope that if they say something is maple flavored, you actually do taste the maple flavor. Okay, now I'm gonna try the nut roast. I'm gonna add a little bit of gravy to that, to one side. But I'm gonna try this side first, the one without the gravy. And see that first, then try with the gravy. Flavor is very good. The texture is very good. As you can see, some like lentils and some vegetables and some nuts. It's very good. Now let me try it with the gravy. Oops. That's very good. Very good. It kind of falls apart a little bit, but not like too bad. So all in all, I would say the nut roast or nut loaf was very good. So now let me try the fruit mince pie. Very delicious, I think. I think this is more like a British thing, maybe, because I don't remember having like minced pies at back in the States. But I'm thinking it's because it's like an apple mince pie. I'm thinking maybe it's just like a fruit pie that we might have back at home, like apple pie, blueberry pie, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, something like that. And maybe they just call it a different pie in Britain. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. I think it's like just kind of like a dessert, just like we would have back at home, just a regular fruit pie. But it's really good, you know. The flavor is really delicious, and I warmed this one up in the microwave, so it's nice and warm. Oh. Gonna add a little bit more gravy. So I wonder if this is turning into like a taste test plus a mukbang. So I can kind of talk to you about just talk to you, I guess. I've never done a mukbang before, but we'll see. So I guess I can just talk about like my Christmas, although if you see my previous video, you'll kind of know what I did for Christmas, but I can like talk about my Christmas experience here. So this year I'm not with my family, and I've been in China for about 4 years, for some context. And the first 2 years I didn't go home. I was like out traveling and doing other things, so it was fine because I could actually go somewhere, and I knew I could go home if I wanted to. I knew I had the option, so it was fine. And then the Christmas right before COVID happened, before the pandemic and lockdown, I did go home. I went back home to visit my family, and then I came back in January, just right before the pandemic happened and before lockdown happened. So, Elsa, I'm doing a video. So, as I was saying, I went home and then I came back. I think it's been, almost 2 years since the pandemic happened. And so, the first year we were kind of still in semi-lockdown quarantine, I think. We didn't really do much last Christmas. Because we really couldn't socialize much. We had to keep like the social distance, and so this is the first time where I'm kind of feeling that homesickness. And because if I go home, it's really hard to come back into China. So that's another reason why, like, if you've noticed on my channel, I posted some videos about relocating with my pet. So I will be leaving. I will be leaving China in July or August next year. I'm just waiting for my kids to graduate. I teach kindergarten, so I have 11 5-year-old kids, very active, very curious, very smart, very clever, also drive me crazy all the time. But I've been their teacher for 3 years, which is very rare in the teaching world. You typically don't stay with your kids. You don't move up the levels with them. You typically teach your level and classes rotate. But it just happened that, I had them for the year before COVID happened. And because I was one of the only teachers that came back or was already in Beijing when schools opened up again, and all of my kids moved to a new school location, they kept me in for the next level because they were my kids and they wanted some sort of like stability, and so that because this transition was so rough, they wanted to make sure it was easy on the kids as possible and the parents as well. So they wanted the parents to know one of the teachers, and they wanted the kids to be comfortable as well to make sure the transition was really smooth. So I've been with my kids for 3 years, and I don't want to miss their graduation. So they'll be graduating like in June or early July. We haven't gotten that schedule yet, so that's why I don't know exactly when I'll leave. But I also don't want to leave too late because you can't, if it gets too hot, the airlines won't let you fly with animals. So, I really want to be there for them. So, this year, like a lot of my friends did decide to travel outside of Beijing, still in China, but outside of Beijing. But I didn't want to go through the trouble because it's just a lot more work, especially if you're a teacher, to go to another city, because if currently they're getting a little bit more strict because of the Winter Olympic Games. Elsa, please sit down. Because of the Winter Olympic Games, they're getting a little bit more strict on the COVID situation. So currently, right now, the mandate is that if you leave Beijing and you go travel somewhere, then it could be a low risk place, but if it becomes a higher risk or medium risk place, if cases start popping up while you're there, you can't come back to Beijing. You have to quarantine yourself. And then you also have to fill in a daily health form. All the teachers at my school have to fill that one out, but so that's not too big of a deal. You just have to put in your temperature and if you're feeling healthy every day. So that's not that too big of a deal. And then you also had to get a nucleic acid test, I think 48 hours upon arriving in Beijing or back into Beijing. But I really don't like the nucleic acid test. It's not very comfortable or pleasant for me. I know some people, they go, they get the test, they're in, they're out, and they're like, oh, it's no big deal. But for me, it's very unpleasant and uncomfortable for me. So I am on the side of caution, and I decided to stay in Beijing. But then that meant that I really didn't have anybody to celebrate the holidays with. I mean, on Christmas Eve, I did have like a Christmas dinner, not like a traditional Christmas dinner. We went to a Mexican restaurant called El Barrio. So I went with my best friend at my school, She's a Chinese teacher, and she has a daughter, so we took her daughter with us, and we went to a barrio. It was a very nice time. So we also went to Taikuli and went to the bookshop while we were waiting for a table because it was packed. I am friends with the chef and I asked him to save me a table, but after a certain time, can't really save the table because people are going in there, and we got there a little bit late because work kind of kept us to do a few things, and we had to go do a few things at work before we could leave. So we got there a little bit later than I had said to save the table for. So I completely understood why he couldn't still save the table for us. So we went to the bookshop and I got 2 new books because I had heard about the Icelandic tradition about exchanging books on Christmas Eve and then spending the night reading books and eating chocolate. So I was like, okay, I don't really have anyone to exchange a book with, but maybe I can make this my new Christmas Eve tradition where I can buy myself a book or 2 and then spend the night reading. And I also didn't have any chocolate to eat. I mean, I did have chocolate to eat, but I preferred to just have a nice hot chocolate drink. And I had hot chocolate from one of my friends, Evelyn. I will post her YouTube and Instagram down below. She makes great vegan cookies and vegan hot chocolate. She does have other cookies, but she has 2 amazing cookie flavors and vegan hot chocolate options. So that's really good. That's how I spent my night after I left my friend. But what we did is, so we went there, we saw that their tables were booked, and so we got onto the waiting list, and then we were like, okay, just call me when the table is ready. So we went to the shop. I bought some books. My friend bought her daughter like a little cute ballerina elephant that they had a stuffed animal area where she could buy that. And then we still waiting on a table, so we went and chilled at Mocha Bros and got her daughter a little bit of a snack because she was getting a little bit antsy, and you know, she's 4 years old. So of course patience isn't her strong suit. She's very well behaved. It's just, you could tell she was getting a little bit tired, a little bit restless. She wanted to sit down, didn't want to walk everywhere. So luckily Mocha Boys wasn't one of those like top spots for the Christmas Eve dinner. I mean, there were some people there and it was full, but not like fully booked. As I was trying to drink one of the drinks I had bought, they called me and like, okay, you have a table ready. So I quickly ran upstairs, and luckily Mocha Boys are just downstairs because it's an alley patio, and if you go upstairs, El Barrio is just upstairs. So I was like, I'm just downstairs, I can be there in like a minute. So I left, went to go save our table, and then my friend, you know, had them pour my drink in a to-go cup. So then we went and had our dinner. And what was interesting is that we had a performance, and I'm never there on a Friday because I don't really like to go out on a Friday because it's just crowds. I don't like crowds. I don't like crowded places or loud places. I like to relax at the end of the week. But this was a special occasion, so I don't know if they do that every Friday or this was like a Christmas thing that it was special. But they had dancers come in, and I'm not sure if it's like a Spanish dance or a Puerto Rican dance, but I don't think it was Mexican, even though it was at a Mexican restaurant. But it looked maybe Puerto Rican, or I don't know. I really don't know. It could have been Mexican, I don't know. But it was very cool. And then also, Santa came by and to all the tables and gave everyone some lollipops. So that was really cool. And we left, and then she dropped me off at my house, and then I spent the night reading my book. Reading part of my book. I didn't finish it. Reading part of my book and drinking the hot chocolate. So that was nice. And then for Christmas, I woke up, walked my dog, and then I woke up, I walked my dog, and then I came home and made some cinnamon donuts, which were really good. I should have kept them in the oven a little bit longer because some parts were still a little bit gooey, but lesson learned. I had never made those before, and I was just following the recipe. Where it said like leave it in there for like 10 minutes. So maybe next time I will try 12 minutes. And just me not thinking. I could have just like stuck a toothpick or something inside to test. But I don't know why I didn't think of that. I mean, you do it with like bread and muffins and cakes and stuff like that. So I don't know why I didn't think to do that with a donut. But, like I said, lesson learned. I'll learn for next time. And then I spent the day watching Christmas movies. I started with my dad's favorite, which is A Christmas Story. Because that's kind of like a tradition of ours. Every Christmas, Christmas Story is on marathon at my parents' house. But I wanted to watch multiple Christmas movies today. Like if I'm at my parents' house, I will definitely be okay with just watching A Christmas Story every day. I mean, not every day, all day. But what I want to know is leave me a comment down below. Tell me, what is your favorite Christmas movie? I'd really like to know. Mine is A Christmas Carol. I've always liked Scrooge and Tiny Tim and The Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future. I have always loved that movie. It's always my favorite, and I like watching the different adaptations of it as well. Because it's a classic story. So it's my favorite. So, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite Christmas movie is. In the kit, they also gave us some chocolate. It's grapefruit and chia. So it's a vegan dark chocolate. The only issue is I don't like grapefruit. But maybe because it's like mixed with the chocolate, I won't get that like sour, tart, tangy flavor. I'm not sure how to actually describe what grapefruit tastes like to me. But hopefully I like it. I really want to like it. So I'm just gonna break off a little bit. And what's nice is that they are little squares. If I don't like it, I'll just share it with my friends. But I'm gonna just get a tiny piece. See how it is. I don't know. I think it's okay. Like, it's subtle. Like, when you first taste into it, you do taste chocolate, but then as you start chewing, you will get the citrusy flavor, which to me it tastes like more like orange instead of a grapefruit. So it really doesn't taste like grapefruit to me, but it does say grapefruit, but it doesn't taste like grapefruit to me, so this is fine. I'll eat it. So that was my taste test and review and mukbang. So if you liked my video and want to see more, please click that subscribe button, and please leave me a comment. I want to know what you think of my videos, and I also want to know what kind of videos you'd like to see. So please let me know, and until the next time, I'll see you soon.